when was like the first moment you had where you were like, yo, this is really getting crazy. Like this is really taking off for me.
Probably Ain't No Nigga, when Ain't No Nigga hit the radio. But it was always like I said, I was on the road. I went right. I've been just rock star the whole time. Like it went from like the street to just with Clark Kent, and he made sure I went everywhere. And then from then, it just never stopped. So it was just, I never had that point, and I still don't have that point because I don't got the money I want. I'm still hustling for, I never made enough money to look at ever. And I don't trust money sitting there by itself. That shit gonna evaporate. It becomes a target. So I'm always investing in it until it's something that's just gonna kick back residual income forever.
Okay, ain't no drops, and which is a crazy hit, and the album comes out. You guys are fully independent this time,
When Reasonable Doubt came out,
yeah.
I think we put that one out with priority. We had distribution, but it was still we had already paid for it and did everything. Yeah.
And during the making of this, Biggie is in the video. Which at that point, Pac and Biggie, well, Pac was going at Biggie, and Biggie didn't really, want no issues, from what I understand. And you guys got dragged into that situation, man. What was that like for you at that point in time? Like what was going on when you guys heard Tupac dissing you guys?
I mean, Jay wrote a record, and we tried to step to Tupac in at the MTV Music Awards. It was the same awards where he had the walkie-talkies and the big jury. So me and Jay went, and we could only get tickets for ourselves. And I remember Jay gave me a razor blade. Brooklyn niggas cut niggas and shit, and I didn't know how. He was like, yo, if we get into it, no matter how big they are, just cut them in the face, they'll stop. And I was like, okay, that'll work. And we would go to his seat in between the commercials, but he was running around fronting on everybody. Like, I remember Buster running up to me and saying that he had just pulled the gun on Nas, or, a bunch of shit was going on. So then we ended up running into Suge, and we had a quick conversation, and, Eric B. and Ed Lover were there, and they just sort of like, because Jay was just like, yo, do you know me? Or like, my name is Jay-Z, and Suge was like, I don't know you. And then, they kind of broke it up. We went to the bathroom. It wasn't like a big deal or nothing. But, we made a record about him, and then he died, but Jay still wanted to perform the record. We performed it at the Apollo, and, I guess the Pac was on priority as well at the time. So all the priority people were there, and he did this record, Dead or Alive, and it's not taped anywhere. And then Biggie came out, and we did Brooklyn's Finest, and that shit was shaking. But I never really took, in that moment, I didn't take rap beef so serious. I thought it was ridiculous for people to be beefing over rap. I always thought that was stupid, and I never thought that it could go that far. But it ultimately ended up, and that's what shocked me, because I was like, niggas will kill each other over records? This shit don't make no sense. We out the game. So, I just looked at it like, again, it's like we were so confident in who we were and what we had the ability to do on so many levels that we didn't care about smoke. Like, we was damn near looking for it. You know what I mean? It might not have been the wisest approach. I may not approach it like that now as an adult or an older person. But, think about just being like young and what you consider rich, because you used to be broke and you got a couple of $1 million and the whole world is listening to you. Adults are listening to you. Older people are kissing your ass. You feel invincible. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you feel invincible anyway. Imagine how invincible I felt. Like, look at the gear I got on. It's Anunnaki, right? Like, all this time, I started kicking it with Billy Carson, and I'm hearing about the tall whiteys and the grays and all these different races of aliens, and I'm like, yo, it ain't no black aliens either? Like, come on, knock it off. And what came to find out is there's actually, the Anunnakis, the original Anunnakis are supposed to be black. So I'm like, damn, no wonder. I really believe I'm an Anunnaki. I'm probably like, because what they say, the Anunnakis came down and started messing with the Earth women and fell in love with them, and that's how they made the Giants. And it probably, you know, I just feel like I'm part of that bloodline. I'm not from this planet. I'm different.
Now, what made you guys not put the diss record out and only perform it the one time?
I don't know. I forgot. Probably because he died. Like, you know, it might have been a little bit out of line back then to even do it that, but like I remember homie was like, fuck that. We doing it. I said, all right, let's go. Like at the time I was down for anything. I didn't care. You know, I was reckless at the time. Like I did so much when I was young that it would be stupid for me to get out of line now, because it's like I did everything. I ain't got shit to prove, and you know, as an older dude doing certain things, you look stupid. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm 53, B. I ain't doing nothing but chilling, but I'm ready. You know what I mean?
And then you guys started being more positive towards Tupac, right? Like you guys started shouting him out at shows and everything.
I don't remember none of that.
Okay.
It probably was around the time when I got off tour. After Hard Knock Life, I was out. But I don't know. Maybe, probably. It was probably something for the show to pay homage to. Oh, yeah, we were. It was like, it would be like we play Biggie, then we play Pac. We had no beef with the West Coast ever. I never had beef with. I was so mad because I loved going to the West Coast. So I'm not on that shit. That shit is stupid to me. They don't do that shit in rock and roll. Why the fuck would they do that in hip hop? Just because you from a certain place, I'm not going to like you? That's dumb. And that's a tool used to divide us. Very strategic for us to start offering each other doing that work for them, and they laugh at us. It's a stupid mentality. I don't buy into that because everyone else did or does. I just was never on that type of time.
Was that your guys' only time running into Suge and Pac, or just Suge?
For me, I know we ran into Suge every now and again, like at a award show or two, but it wasn't nothing major. You know what I mean? Like I used to hear that he used to lean on Jay here and there, but I didn't see it.
Okay. How did you guys first meet Biggie? Like you know, besides them both being from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, where did all this, you know, like how did that all that come together?
Clark Kent. I think Clark used to be his DJ, so I think it was Clark. I don't quite remember, but I think logically I would think it was Clark.
And who put them in the studio for the first time? Was that him too? What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.